All right, so a little bit about slip. Like I said, you guys can work with whatever color clay you want for these projects. This is approximately the size you're going to want to work in. Like I said, about 5 or 6 inches. This was one from a past student. I'm gonna actually grow some chia on here and have like the hair coming down the side. And we were doing hippos last semester from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and this was my demo one. I'm gonna use this as a chia pet sample, but I want to show you, see like some of the cracking up here. I'm gonna show you how you could go ahead and fix that, but I'm gonna use this as my chia sample. So one of the things you're going to need before you attach anything is you're going to need some slip. Take a bunch of little pieces of clay. I would just rip them off. Take clay like this and just make some small pieces. Set them to the side, and then we can turn it into slip tomorrow. Why do you think it's easier for it to be dried out? Anyone? Then just take it like this. It's too early. Yeah, it's too early. Pretty much, because if you were to add water to this, it's just going to become slimy right away. This dry clay is really going to soak up water quickly, and it's going to give you a really nice glue base. Just take some water. First, I'm going to put some clay in here. Scooch this over. And like I said, you could do it in any Tupperware, anything like that. And just add enough water to cover it. In class, I think I said this a few times, I like to make it in piping bags. And you're really just gonna then let it set in. You kind of hear it like sizzling. But let that settle in. I gave you guys a few paint brushes. You also have any of your wooden tools or any of these little green tools that you want to use, and you could just kind of, work with it until it becomes slip. It's probably going to take like 20 minutes or so, but it'll eventually turn into slip. If you have too much water, just dump it out and then, continue to mix your slip. That'll be slip eventually. What I have in here that I just added some of the water to is just pure vinegar, just like white vinegar that you can use, everyday vinegar. It's like about $1 if you go to Target or ShopRite or something like that. If you get any small cracks as any of your projects dry out, and I'm gonna let you guys know this early on because maybe this is happening to some of your mini animals. If something dries out too quickly, just like this little guy, because we had a snow day and he was here chilling. So it has some cracks in the nose part. What you can go ahead and do is actually paint it with some vinegar. The acidity in the vinegar breaks down the clay, and it'll break down any natural resource, clay, dirt, things like that. That's why people use it as like a cleaning product, because it will really get rid of any dirt and grime and things like that. So if you use this and paint it up, you could really start to fill in some of those cracks. Now, if you just let it dry, the cracks are gonna stay. I like to go in with some slip as well, and I like to sometimes even make like a vinegar slip where I add some vinegar directly into my slip. So this is just a quick way of repairing things. You can also use vinegar to repair things that have broken. So if something like completely like cracks in half, you could use this to repair it. Now, if it, you know, crumbles into a bunch of pieces, this isn't gonna work. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys how the vinegar will revive the clay for a very short period of time, but enough so that you could go in and repair it. This might be a process you have to do 2 or 3 times. And you could even see that it's like drying super quick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take a wet paper towel and I'm just gonna cover the snout of this so that it's not gonna dry out too quickly on me. And then I would cover it up with plastic, leave it like that. Take a look at it in like 20-30 minutes. If it's not cracking on you, it should be fine. But this was an example that I am gonna be using for one of the chia pets for when I grow it. So if you guys wanna see like the approximate size we're looking at, this is a regular size water bottle. This is the hippo sculpture, just so that kind of makes sense. So if something cracks, vinegar, slip, all that stuff, and you could put it back together. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and then I'm gonna film for the chia pets.